Okay, sound levels weren't working for a moment there. We are set up, ready to go. Sam on the left with Oops All Spells. Ross on the right with Is It Delver. Ross making their 90s MTG debut, I believe. Exciting. Always nice to see new players on stream.
That keeps it together. So you're keeping?
So a green modal double face land to start the game for Sam. It's that 6-mana creature. I forgot the name. The dog says, truly the best MTG channel around. Congrats on the partnership. Can't wait to see more stuff. Thank you, the dog. Really appreciate it. The dog referring to the fact that we just reached Twitch partner over on Twitch for a long time. I just didn't even bother applying. I wasn't streaming enough on Twitch, but now we are streaming frequently enough that we qualify, and we are now Twitch partner. Thank you, everybody that's been tuning into our live streams. Here's a turn 1 ponder for Ross. Ross, somewhat new to the Legacy format, I believe. I spoke to Ross very briefly. I had not met Ross many times before, I don't think. But Ross knows how to play. I saw a photo of an RCQ top 8, and there was Ross a couple of weekends ago. Ross is a gamer. All right, that's a Fell the Profane, played as a land. Lotus Petal, Undercity Informer.
I'll try to daze that.
No, I'm thinking when I want Ancestral.
Good card to daze.
Tuffy. Yeah, I think it's this turn? Yep.
Days resolves. I will.
19?
Daze resolves, Elvish Spirit Guide to pay for the daze. Undercity Informer will then hit the battlefield. No mana to pay for its activated ability, though. And I was just going to say, Ross needs a bolt here, and Ross had it. The Undercity Informer is destroyed. Moving on.
Play a untapped Boggart Bog.
Boggart Bog comes in untapped. We're going to have to pay 3 life for that. Or Sam will.
Dude, this is what hanked it to me. Watch this. Negation? Yep. Recall's good.
Pox Walkers played as a creature. Some of our modern folk won't be familiar potentially with Pox Walkers. It's from the Warhammer set. Really cool card from the Warhammer set. Curse of the Walking Pox is the ability whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. It comes back from the graveyard to the battlefield. Scott just gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Scott. Our subs goal is complete. Scott's still number 1 on our all-time leaderboard for gifted subs and for clips. Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Was that a new sound? You know what? I don't know what's going on with the sound effects, to be honest with you. Sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't. I have no idea what's happening. And I've tried, like, looking around, like, how do I adjust that? And I just, I don't know.
It's fine.
Sure.
I'm getting old. I don't know. As we were starting the stream, I was telling a story about how I was out with friends over the weekend, and someone asked me, yeah, like, what is the Twitch partner thing? And I was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm like Mr. Magoo, just like, just things are happening. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, there should be a train whistle for hype trains, I think. Where are we on this hype train? Oh, we got 30 seconds left. 30 seconds.
Top.
So Delver of Secrets has appeared on the board on Ross's side. Could potentially race this Pox Walkers if it comes down to it.
Storm's 1.
Pox Walkers will swing. Unlikely we'll see a block.
2.
That's top my box.
11.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Let's play another one of these. And I'll cast Undercity Informer.
Undercity Informer getting cast here after a green modal double face land. Gonna sack the Pox Walkers to the Undercity Informer. Makes sense.
Tinker, which is pretty good. Tinker.
You have to pay mana, right?
Yes.
Oh, you tapped 4 for it.
I
Oh,
have 3 for the
I see.
city.
I see. Yeah, that happens.
I have no lands.
Right. I guess I'll just see what
I've got
your wins on it.
a Narcomoeba trigger when the goes to the graveyard, but if you want to take a look, take your time.
All right, Ross is gonna take a look at what's going on. The Pox Walker was sacrificed to the Undercity Informer. Narcomoeba is going to be entering here. Dread Return will be flashed back to bring back Athasa's Oracle. And at that point, the game will likely end. I don't think it's likely Ross is going to take any further game actions here. That's a Jack-o'-lantern we just saw. There was a Memory's Journey in there. Bridge from Below is in the deck. Game 1 will go to Sam. Ross got a good look through the deck and concedes. Ross reading that card one more time. We have a growing legacy community in New York City. You know, it feels like every week I see a new face. Honestly, I mean, sometimes I forget people, but I see new people all the time, and they're coming from Modern, they're coming from Commander. Some people are coming back to the game after a long hiatus. It's really nice to see. Shout out to Sam, by the way, rocking a 90s MTG official t-shirt. Check out our merch shop. Links are all over the place for that. Go get yourself a shirt. The dog says, I wish Pox Walker saw a little bit more play. Love that card. Also wish it was Modern legal. Yeah, it's inevitable that cards like Pox Walker will become Modern legal in my mind, right? It seems like all the cards like Kappa Cannoneer or whatever that are like reasonably powerful and liked in Legacy will be coming to Modern. Looks like a big mulligan here for Sam. 3 cards going to the bottom.
All right, pregame. Go Leyline.
Pre-game Leyline of the Void. He gets a lot harder after game 1. Tamio.
I'll pass the turn after that.
All right, pass the turn after a Tamio and a Leyline of the Void pre-game. Not a bad start for Ross here in game 2. It seems like right now, as of, you know, what do legacy players even want? But as of May 2025, Oops All Spells is a villain in the format, according to many people that I see on social media, people that I hear chatting at the shop. I'm hoping that the Final Fantasy set has enough legacy relevant cards to shake things up a bit. Looking forward to Final Fantasy. Of people watching right now, though, do you feel like Final Fantasy is going to be a high impact set, a low impact set, somewhere in the middle so far? We're including the Commander cards in this. How are we feeling about Final Fantasy's impact on Legacy as of right now? I know previews are not done yet. As of this recording, anyway. Casey Gregor saying low impact, 1 to 3 cards. Salty says, I just want Mental Misstep unbanned, the Player's Oregon. Yeah, the Player's Oregon are asking for some things. The dog says medium impact or mid impact.
Because he got greedy. Yeah. I would have gotten too.
No, Box got Tamio.
Yep.
Okay, Tamio flips over. Has a second Tamio to show the reverse side. Delver of Secrets.
I have second thoughts there.
Leyline of the Void is a pain in the butt. These Oops All Spell decks can break through that, though.
19. You're at 17. Yep.
Undercity Sewer Surveil. I just realized this was all labeled wrong in the notes. Ross was on Grixis, not Is It.
Delver trigger, I'll show you the Nazis.
This guy. Let's see it. Draw this for turn.
Okay, a Thoughtseize revealed on top. That's going to be pretty useful here. Insectile Aberration has arrived. So the Delver comes all the way out of the triple sleeve. The Tameo, though, has another copy available. All right, Thoughtseize resolves. Dark Ritual, Balustrade Spy, double Undercity Informer, it looks like, double Lotus Petal, and Simian Spirit Guide.
Touch. Cycle. So good. Before I shuffle. Doomsday?
I might be wrong. Maybe those aren't two Undercity Informers. There's another black card there that I can't quite see.
I drew that idea.
Maybe it's a Thoughtseize?
Take your Dark Ritual.
Okay, Dark Ritual is selected. I think that's a fine choice. It's a little bit of a tough call here.
I could have canceled there to get Dark Ritual.
Yeah, that was a good hand if not for the Leyline of the Void. It looks like it was a Thoughtseize, the other card. Lord is here.
Pass it back to you.
Yeah. Which happens a small number of times.
Yeah, I'd rather just play a safer line here.
Alright, I'll
without
play
my
the
hand.
other one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Board or no board?
Yeah, just board it.
Okay, Lotus Petal resolves. Thoughtseize targeting Ross. It gets dazed. We have the Simian Spirit Guide for that.
Hard cast days.
Dude, every time I play with Citadel,
Second daze gets the scoop. We're moving to game 3. Leyline of the Void.
no, I don't.
Still can do the job.
No, it'd be my only foil, which is pretty sus.
Were they mismatched dages? I didn't see that.
It's a pretty cool border foil.
I wish it came in I wish those foils
Were any of them the OG art?
languages, but it's only English.
For anybody new around here, if you're not familiar with the Legacy format and the Legacy community, these people are obsessed with frames and OG art. They're obsessed. They don't shut up about it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'll fluster your Doomsday.
Ponder's good enough for this format too.
Yep.
And if you don't have the OG, they get upset. Yeah, see, Lord saying OG foil is the only right one to play. D2 Akko, thank you for the resale with Prime. 19 months. Appreciate it. KC Gregor with a great question. If the card was new frame first but then gets a retro, which one is the OG? You know what? Who the hell knows?
What's the pile?
So the pile.
I've been seeing some local friends that were always like, I only use the first printing of the... And they're using retro frame like Path to Exiles or whatever. I'm just like, all right.
Actually, no consultation. So I would do 2 just because I want to be safe, but you can do however you want. I like Gush.
I only use the first version of the... Shut up.
And
No pregame action.
you can even do Lotus and Destroy if you wanted to.
I mean, I would do Fluster.
Play Lotus.
I mean, you're right.
Ramalito has arrived.
Lotus, you don't need You can do Time Walker.
Lotus Petal, Chromox, pitching Balustrade Spy. Greenland on tap, pay 3 life. Undercity Informer on the stack. No Leyline of the Void. Force of Will. Pitching Delver. All right, Force of Will still good in 2025, it turns out.
It should be Fluster. No, it shouldn't be because we only draw 2 cards.
All right, turn 1 Dragon's Range Channeler. Not looking too bad so far for Ross here in game 3.
Warden, one snapback for the Hull Breacher.
No further plays from Sam.
But yeah, you can't fluster Storm Ball Breacher.
Yeah, I mean, cycle, Gush. Check to see if Gush is clear.
Draw blank.
I could even do like under.
Ponder Cervelle. Left the card on top, it looked like.
Swap decks.
Sure.
I believe your Doomsday skills.
I've never made a Doomsday pile in my. Oh wait, no, I have. Well, I've made a Doomsday pile in.
I kind of want to swap these two.
Go for it.
Thanks.
That counts.
That deck was crap. My Doomsday Cube deck was absolutely.
Undercity Sewer, Cervelle's in Leyline of the Void. Into the graveyard. Leyline of the Void was really good in game 2. Get dumped here in game 3 off the top.
I will keep. You too. Good start.
Yep.
Quinas pointing out, oops does not lead to the most interesting games. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of that from people. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it, TBH. Mixed feelings.
2 cards. 3 cards.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
2 mana play.
This game very simple.
Look at that sideboard.
Yeah.
Sam looking at the sideboard. Not likely we're doing any wishing or anything. We're just probably trying to remember what we sideboarded, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mox over.
Results.
Time walk.
Sure.
Next turn.
Yep.
Untap.
Okay, 2 Spirit Guys exiled. Balustrade Spy hits the stack. Force of Will, Pitching Brainstorm, Cervelle.
Yep.
Where's our card? Yeah, you don't have to. Untap this.
Sure. With the pearl, yep.
All right, Sam fixed it.
4. 2, 3, 4. 2 cards. 2 cards.
Come in.
All right, Sam will drop to 11. This Dragon's Rage Channeler is going to be chipping away.
You have 4. I have to get through it again. Yeah, I'll force big pocket.
I'll take this on top.
Okay, Ponder Cervelle. Cards left on top. Camera getting bumped a bit here, or table shaking, rather. Sorry about that. Another Brainstorm. Undercity, Underground Sea into the graveyard. Ross trying to close this out. Might be a little bit out of ammo at the moment. Trying to fill back up here and make sure we can fight off any more attempts at milling the library.
Surveil?
Yep.
What color is your surveil?
Camera corrected itself. Wonderful.
It's just blue black.
Oh,
There's no. I'm not playing the mentor.
I'm gonna play that guy. I think this is a very interesting match. I will definitely say.
Yep. I feel like a lot of PO is just like you need your not need, but I think the hand.
Scalding turn past the turn. So Sam's life total getting kind of low. Only 1 card in hand. Was hellbent prior to this turn, which is not really where you want to be, but put a lot of effort into trying to resolve 2 combo cards, Undercity Informer and Balustrade Spy, in this game. Ross had the Force of Wills.
one floating Sako.
Yeah.
Hard cast.
Hard casting a Leyline of the Void. That is pretty good.
Definitely.
That might be the end of this match. That's going to be really hard to win. It's going to be really hard to win for Sam. Brainstorm Surveilled into the graveyard. Sam draws a card for turn. Down to 8 life. Not quite over yet, but Vanish bar way over to the right now. Thoughtseized. Dumps a Mishra's Bauble. Dark Ritual, Thassa's Oracle.
Yep.
Thassa's Oracle got to be taken here, right?
Underground Sea, Demonic Sewer.
Dark Ritual, I guess.
Takes Dark Ritual. Oh, no. Sam's almost out of time, though. All right, fist bump. I think I'd rather dump that Thassa's Oracle into exile permanently, but GG's. Ross gets it. And Hate Industry says people that complain about oops are weenies. Wow. Yeah. I mean, the reality, we talk about this on stream, you know, every couple of months because we have ban announcements every couple of months now. Some people are just never going to be happy. They're never going to be satisfied. Just mute them. All right, let's set up another poll for the chat to decide which match we watch next. It is up to the chat. Your options will be, is it Cutter versus Ninjas? Sultai Beans versus 5-color Beans? Reanimator versus Breakfast? Cephalid Breakfast? Or Rug Delver versus Doomsday? 1 minute. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Vote now in the chat. Yeah, Aquinas saying, yeah, so some of the oops decks like pivot to like dropping Barrogoyfs or something. Some of them pivot to dropping char belchers on you. There's some stuff you have to worry about playing up against these oops decks. They might, oops, I'm a different deck now. Crush says, in a team event recently, I won a match versus Oops 2-1 and played 1 turn. It was wild. Wow. I don't really get how that works. Almost out of time on this poll. Close vote. And it ends in a tie. Meal contributed 1,350 channel points. Is it Cutter versus Ninjas or Rug versus Doomsday? Do we have anyone with big-time badges in the chat that wants to decide for us? Otherwise, I'm going to check what Meals voted for. Under hoping for Doomsday. Looking for badges in the chat, though. Big-time badges. All right, the big-time badges want Doomsday. That's what we're... want Ninjas, rather. That's what we're doing. Let's do it. Diving in.
No, I'm like triple sleeving my deck.
High roll?
High roll.
That is a 1. This is a 7. That's a 7. All right.
Ooh, 10 stuff. 10 stuff.
Okay, I'll put 7. Easy mulligan.
Is it Cutter on the left? That would be Sam. And on the right, we have Evan on Ninjas. Under, thank you for the sub. First time sub. Welcome to the family.
Come with me with turn 1.
Then that's that.
You go fish me. That happens in at least 10% of legacy games.
Players getting ready to go here. Sounds like Sam is taking a mulligan.
Right.
1 card heads to the bottom. And we're off. Scalding Tarn, Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Pass the turn.
You have no other effects?
Full Volcanic Island. Ramalito says, haven't seen Ninjas in 2023. Yeah, we don't see Ninjas too much on 90s MTG, but it does pop up here and there. There's a turn 1 Tameo.
Trigger.
Bolt, Tameo, Surveil. Tameo down.
that too.
Pass two.
Crush in the chat telling us how they won a match against Oops All Spells but only played one turn. Very interesting. No further plays from Evan after a land drop. Dragon's Rage Channeler getting close to Delirium already. Brainstorm Surveil.
Orcish Bowmaster. Response.
With this trigger on the stack,
Yep.
I will.
Surveil in the stack, Orcish Bowmaster, Daze, Surveil. Trying to protect Dragon's Rage Channeler from a Bowmaster here.
Okay, this trigger.
Bowmaster is countered. Dumps a Force of Will.
And you played Wasteland.
This trigger, yeah, I played a wasteland. I'll keep that.
Sam's one of our local players that plays a pretty wide variety of decks. You really don't know what Sam is going to be up to when you sit down across from Sam. Evan, pretty reliably on ninjas. Knows how to play this ninja deck.
I already surveilled from the brainstorm and the days.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay. I thought you stacked it differently.
Oh no. So creature instant land, attack you for 1.
Yep.
Second main, 18. Play a.
Aviator says this weekend, 2 friends and I went to Chapel Hill for a tournament, and we took 1, 2, 3 to sweep it. Nice. Nice. It feels like for the last couple of months, there's been a lot of competitive Magic getting played. Some of my more competitive Magic friends have been traveling quite a bit, jamming in events. Happy to see competitive Magic alive and well, 2025.
Full Tameo trigger.
Bolt Tameo, Surveil. That was a Nile spell bomb fired off earlier. Dragon's Rage Channeler is going to have to recharge that graveyard. A Murktide was just dumped. Sam makes a clue. Is that clue token legit? Belful Strix isn't too bad.
I will force pitching days, go to 17, trigger.
We're in response.
Force of Will trying to stop this Belful Strix. Force pitching Brainstorm.
Your force resolves.
18, 17.
My Dragon's Rage Channeler trigger.
Yep.
Mill that. Strix resolves.
Okay, Belful Strix resolves.
2 from DRC.
Yeah, 2 from DRC, 1 from force.
And I
Yeah, you have not
okay.
fetched.
No cards in hand.
Draw. I have 1 card.
Ramalito says you guys are lucky. We struggle to get 6 to 8 players in Munich. You know what? It starts with 6 to 8 players, and it takes a while. Keep going. Keep jamming.
Combat?
You really don't need 30 players to have a good time, in my opinion. 6 to 8 really cool people meet up every week to jam. It's a good time.
Okay.
Doesn't need to be a GP.
Sure. This time.
I'll take one.
Second main, take 1. Go to 16. Cast a ponder?
You getting land and then ponder? Yeah.
Yeah.
Surveil trigger first.
Yes. I'll keep that. Ponder?
Under days, the ponder.
Sure.
Go back to hand.
Go ahead.
Okay, a daze on Ponder. Okay. Aviator says we're proxy friendly, so we entice the commander players over to the fun side. There you go. Ramalito says I do enjoy 30-player tournament, TBH, or at least F&M with 4 rounds. Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons, I guess.
Go ahead.
Belful Strix playing some defense. Versus Bobble, Surveil. Versus Bobble tells us there are cutters in this deck. Up until this point, it might seem like just a Delver deck.
Target game. No, sure. Is it the Bowmasters? No. Okay.
Okay, Brainstorm revealed by the bauble.
I have to.
Dragon's Rage Channeler attacks. Baleful Strix.
Yeah, I'm gonna block.
Okay.
Will block. They trade.
I know what this card is. I will pass the turn.
Draw.
And then draw on your upkeep.
Yep. I'm gonna take 3. I'm gonna go 13.
Okay. Cast a Genius Infiltrator.
No.
Cast a Kaito.
No.
What are you doing for 4 mana?
No. I'm just playing around base.
Okay.
Here.
Okay, Saw Perfect Springs into Eureka.
I'm at 13. I just didn't want to get blown out by guys.
Yeah, honestly.
Then a Ponder. Harry Houdini has arrived, running in from Vancouver Airport. Am I late? Tuning in. You know what, Harry? When you have a gold gifter badge, you can do whatever you want.
Cutter.
Sure. You get a 1/1.
Get a 1/1.
Cutter, Brainstorm, Flurry, make a monk.
So what is this 1/1?
Donkey Kong token.
Yeah. Oh. Yes. His prowess. Here, you can do the card.
Yeah. Oh, whenever you catch your second one. Okay.
These 2 back.
Lord asking the right question. Was Flurry tested for 1v1? You know, I watched a little bit of the Arena Open over the weekend. I know. Trigger warning. Legacy players don't want to hear about the Arena Open. Flurry, pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if they tested it. Under the sigil says Vancouver has one of the nicest airports. I've never seen it, personally. I believe it. Where are the nicest airports, chat? Nicest airport you've been to, tell us. Ponder Shuffle for Evan. Has that Eureka, a monk on the other side. 2 cards in Sam's hand now.
Get in there for 1.
Block.
Block's good.
SF says LaGuardia.
This is a 2/2 still.
Actually, I went to LaGuardia recently. It's kind of nice now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Isn't this at your... Wait, it's card. I thought it had prowess. Or gets a
It's
+1.
the creature gets +1/+1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. That's why I said to read the card, Evan.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case... Brainstorm.
Sure. When is this?
Damage.
Okay.
Okay, there's a brainstorm happening for Evan. Got Eureka blocked here, and that didn't really seem to be something Evan had in mind.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, nothing happens.
Bobble. Trigger.
Mesh's Bobble, that's 1 spell, 1 prowess trigger.
Brainstorm. Trigger.
Good.
Alright. I will make a new one. This is the new one. This one. 2, 1.
Does it when you make a new one, does it attach to it?
This doesn't have any. Yes, it attaches.
So 2 prowess triggers on 1 monk, 0 on the other, but it is equipped with the cutter.
Those 2 back. Target you.
Look like Kaito, Bane of Nightmare, sitting on top of the deck.
Play this.
Okay.
Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Go to combat.
Sure.
Attack for 3/5.
I'm at 9.
Okay. Second main fetch.
Sure.
Wouldn't it have been to 8?
Re-equip.
Evan was at 13.
Pass and then draw on your upkeep.
All right, equipping the Dragon's Rage Channeler with the cutter. Rico still stands.
Yeah.
Yuriko can hit pretty hard, as most of you know. Sam's at 15, though. Yeah, Corey Steel Cutter, definitely a top card in Legacy these days. And seeing it a lot on stream. Looking around at the tables at the locals, I'm seeing that card everywhere.
I'll go to 8.
Okay, you're okay, cool, yeah. Is that I'm building a setup super cool.
I think these cutter decks tend not to play Delvers. Does seem like the best cutter deck is still not really clear yet. At least not to me.
You assume it or shallow grade.
Actually, the best cutter deck is definitely... There's always people that know everything.
There's also Dragon Mantle. It just, was it when it gets milled, you put it...
How do you tell the DRC?
Sure.
Okay, Petty Theft on the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Attack with Yuriko. Tamio does 1 extra damage. Play Tamio. Yeah, the decks I've seen replace Delver with Steel Cutter basically as well.
Can I kill you?
Uh-oh. Sam says, can I kill you?
2 non-creature spells you have? We're pretty impressive. Bolt. DRC is 1. Alright.
Lightning Bolt might end the game here. Doesn't seem like Sam has that, though. Cracks of Fetch. 1 spell so far.
Ponder. Triggers.
4 power, yeah.
Make a new one. Ponder.
It's a 1/1, yep.
Hello, 90s MTG people, says Voodoo.
Show me lightning what you want.
I have a bunch of stuff, but none of them are lightning. Ponder, triggers. Trigger this, keep it on top. It's fucked up.
2 prowess triggers on the 2 monks. And 1 on the one that's equipped. Voodoo, thank you for the resale with Prime. 8 months. Pog champion.
Oh, I did not realize that.
All right, an Unholy Heat, it looks like, was revealed, and Evan will scoop it up. That was game 1. That was only game 1. It was a long one. Moving on.
And it's just your. Chris is going to edit all this out anyway. You're good. Alright, best 5 to you.
I mean,
Turn 1, Tamio, turn 2, Eureka. Or not, Eureka. Okay, because I know. Well, no, because this isn't the side. Yeah. Wait, do you mind? Yeah. Joe?
F&M?
Yes, it's probably just too confusing.
Okay, Evan will be on the play here for game 2. Basic Island pass the turn. Ponder for Sam.
Sure. I think I know what happened. Go.
If you stifle activating this, the last ability, the last facility.
Go ahead.
Okay, Prismatic Vista pass the turn. Corey Steelcutter.
But I can still like level it up next turn.
It's just leveling up a class. It just sits there.
Why would you get anything other than this art?
Because I got him from here. They were free. You're good. Days,
I'm gonna float the blue on my return this.
islands.
Okay, a daze on the Corey Steelcutter. After fetching a basic island.
Of course, the pitching brainstorm.
Interesting. Okay.
Force of Will trying to protect the Corey Steelcutter.
I'm gonna the blue floating. I'm gonna Hydro Blast the Steel Cutter.
Sure.
All right, a Hydro Blast then on the Corey Steelcutter while it's still in the stack. It is countered. And a Mistress Bauble.
Cool.
Look like Kaito, Bane of Nightmares on top of the library again.
Draw.
Alright.
How many cards? Three. One of them is Kaito.
3 cards in Evan's hand. One of them is Kaito. Ponder for Sam.
I'll shuffle.
Ponder, shuffle for Sam. Evan's fine with that.
Delta.
You got it.
Oh.
You got it.
Keep those. Draw those. Pass the turn.
That's turn.
All right, not a lot of going on Evan's side. Countered a cutter earlier, and now is another cutter on the stack. Force pitching force. Respecting the cutters. Power Blast trying to protect the cutter. You won't see any monks this turn.
Good.
Corey Steelcutter is in. Foil one this time, it looks like. Is that bling, chat?
Trigger. Keep that on top.
I Wender is here. Says, got my last Volks and Cydia traders on Saturday. Can't wait to play on the 31st. Nice.
Well, you get the steel card trigger, right?
Yeah, so this trigger's on the stack. Or do you want it to resolve?
I wanted to resolve it before the Ponder resolves.
Sure.
I'm gonna. Oh, master.
May 31st is a game story of 1K. You're in New York City. Here's Orcish Bowmasters. Gets Daze, returning the Thundering Falls. Sam has a Monk.
Draw. Target you. Okay. Attack for. You want this trigger to resolve, so this is a 3/3 then, because the
Yep.
days. Okay, so attack you for 3.
Yep. I'm at 15.
And pass and draw. Yep.
Brainstorm down for Evan, looking for answers to the Monk. To the Cutter.
Go ahead.
Didn't find land. Might be Brainstorm locked.
That's fine.
2.
Unholy Heat surveilled into the graveyard, attacking for 2 with the Monk.
Yeah. Tammy's good.
Tamiyo's not bad.
Bubble. Trigger.
Yep.
Bolt. Tamio, trigger.
Yep. Which one's bigger?
This is a 3/3 and a 2/2.
Okay.
Because I just made this one, and this is 2 surveil triggers. Sorry. Target you.
Yep.
Okay.
How many baubles have you hit?
Look like a Kaito on top of the deck again.
Well, there's more than these. It's 3.
Okay, 3 missions bauble.
5?
I'm gonna try to fail push the larger token.
Sure. Take 2.
All right, saving some damage. Taking 2 from a monk. Quit with the cutter.
Your upkeep from the bobble.
Oh, actually, wait. I know what's on top of that.
Do you want to do?
I don't think I can win this game, but continue. Go ahead.
Okay. You're good. Yeah.
No. I have no place.
Oh, did you draw the card though?
I did.
Okay. I mean, my hand's getting better.
Yeah, Evan had no plays there.
Tammy.
Tamio now for Sam. Urza's Bobble for Sam.
Yeah,
Another monk.
Draw my card.
Target you. Oh, sorry, it's in your hand. Which one is the Kaito? That's the Kaito.
Sees Kaito again.
Attack for 4?
That Kaito just keep. How many Kaitos are in this deck?
Yeah. Pass and then draw.
All right, Evan found a land. Eureka.
Last?
Yeah, you go.
Triggers.
Pyroblast. And Evan scoops it up. GG's. Sam gets it.
You want to do another?
Is it cutter? GG's. Discord up on your screen. Join our Discord community if you're not in there. Links are all over the place for that. That's where we're all hanging out. Deck lists, marketplace. It's all happening. Which match next? Your options will be Teamer Delver versus Doomsday. Reanimator versus Breakfast. Teamer Delver versus Mono Black. Mono Black deck of some kind. Lands versus Grixis Tempo. Grixis Merk Tide. One minute. Harry Houdini says Cutter is the real deal. There it is, everybody. Harry knows. Okay, poll happening right now in the chat. Which match next? Twitch chat is deciding. People are voting. Final Fantasy previews have been dropping all over the place. It feels like this set has infinite cards. People are excited. Join our discussion on Discord. Seems like potentially there are a bunch of cards that could see some legacy play in the early days before people have decided which cards are real and which ones are not. There's going to be a lot to test here. This one's pretty cool. Under says, yeah, it feels like the set has 2,300 cards. Yeah, with these commander sets attached to the standard set, it does feel like that. Plus, they have these special guests or whatever. Reprints with new art. Reanimator versus Breakfast will be up next. Surfer contributed 450 channel points. Thank you, Surfer. Let's set this up. Diving in.
Every other week I'm here. 3 and a 3. I give you 1. 1.
I don't have your cheater dice this time.
I don't, unfortunately.
Reanimator on the left, that would be Ed. Yosef on the right with Breakfast. Looks like Ed is taking a mulligan.
Forest. Bio.
By the way, you have a kid, right? Were you the one that said you don't have a kid?
No, I do. I have 3.
One of them had like some blood issues.
Oh, yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're talking about something personal. Let me get the volume down. Okay. Getting ready to go. One card on the bottom for Ed. Hold to 6.
Yes. An episode. And then he was fine.
Reanimator and Breakfast. Should be interesting. Both decks deal with the graveyard.
No, it was real rhythm. Yeah. So decided to stay home and watch it instead.
Ready?
Yep.
And 10.
Tundra into Tamio. Good start to the game for Yosef. Mold a 6 for Ed. Emo is Ed in the chat. Hey, I'm on TV. Yeah. Lotus Petal. Cracking a Marsh Flats. Gets a basic swamp. Uh-oh. Okay, Dark Ritual.
3 floating. Force of will for you.
Cabal Therapy, naming Force of Will. Nomads and Core ×2. Ponder, Swords of Plowshares, Urza Saga.
2 floating?
Now an Entomb for Ed, putting Valgavoth into the graveyard and reanimating it.
Take 9.
Yikes.
Yep.
Valgavoth Terror Eater. This thing is gross.
Yeah. Let's risk it.
One card in hand left.
So Ed is aware that Valgavoth's ward is sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. As of right now, Yosef has 1 non-land permanent. Tamio makes a clue, that's 2. Has a swords in hand, plays Nomads in Core, that's 3. We could be close to seeing Valgavoth removed here.
Whatever you cast, it gets exiled, and I can cast it for life.
Yep.
For life.
Yeah, without paying mana. But I can only do it on my turn.
17.
All right, there's Nomads in Core.
9.
All right, attacking with the Valgavoth. This could be an opening for Yosef then. Ramalito with a great question. Chris, what's been your favorite card of 2025 so far? Ooh, that's such a great question.
It hurts. It hurts so much.
Cabal Therapy, naming Swords to Plowshares. Looks like it's a hit.
I'll take
Isn't
2.
it 1 per turn?
No, any card. It's just I have to use it on my turn, and I just pay life to cast it.
I see.
So I will take 2. No.
0.
And then you gain 1, right?
And you just go back to the graveyard, I'm guessing.
All right, Tamio and Nomads and Core have now been swords, using the swords that were Cabal Therapy out of hand. That was a pretty filthy play there from Ed, using the Valgavoth to remove both creatures with Swords to Plowshares stolen from hand. Ouch.
Cast a spell this way.
Players just talking it through. My favorite card of 2025 so far. Okay, let's see. What sets came out this year? Aether Drift. Let's leave Final Fantasy out of it. Aether Drift and Tarkir have been it, I guess. I really like Corey Steel Cutter. I think that card is cool. Stock Up is cool. Favorite card of 2025 so far. Rakshasa's Bargain I really like. It might actually be Rakshasa's Bargain, actually. That might be my favorite card of 2025 so far. Does anybody else have any picks? What's your favorite card of 2025 so far, chat? Am I forgetting a big one?
Cast a Ponder.
iCube likes stock up, but is prepared for booze. Yeah, a lot of people liking stock up.
Keep this at 3.
There's a Nomads and Core on the battlefield for Yosef now. Urza Saga's up to chapter 2.
Let's do activate. Yep.
Can't quite see what Ed's holding there. Ed's had some fortunate plays in this game. Or draws in this game, I guess. Being able to fight through Yosef's hand.
2 swords. Yeah. So I'm at 17.
Algavoth gets in another attack.
Ponder. Yeah.
Looks like stock up is the winner for the Twitch chat. We'll see what the YouTube comments think.
Cast a Rakshasa's Bargain.
Yep.
All right. Floating a mana from Urza Saga. Going to search here. It could be potentially the Shuko equipment. There it is. Two permanents now on the battlefield. Two non-land permanents are now on the battlefield for Yosef. Ward on Valgavoth is sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. There's Nadu. Not the worst. Nadu Shuko combo together. Found a swords. Found a prismatic ending. Found a Teferi. Teferi also useful. No lands though. Nadu might have to block, I guess. Valgavoth does not have trample, just flying lifelink. That was a really loud bus.
Combat.
Do this 4 times.
Well, found a flooded strand, found a swords, and 2 cephalid illusionists could lose all 3 permanents here and try and swords Valgavoth. The Nadu is comboing with Nomads and Core here, not Shuko.
Sure.
All right, just gonna block. Just gonna block. Allow Ed to gain the life. Lose Nadu.
I'll use 3 and I'll cast this.
Pay 3 life, cast a Nadu. So Nadu now appears on the other side of the battlefield. It'll get interesting if Nadu can start triggering on Ed's side. So maybe... It's getting interesting. Looks like Ed's holding a copy of Spoils of the Vault in hand, which would be funny at 31 life.
Tap 2. Take 12. Trigger on cast.
Yosef's hand is pretty gross, though. Double Cephalid Illusionist, Swords of Plowshares, Prismatic Ending, Teferi Time Raveler. There's a lot to consider here for Ed, and I see Ed considering it.
Promised Jet that I would kill myself with this. Let's see. I'll sack this for Cabal Therapy myself.
Targeting yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cabal Therapy targeting myself, sacking Nadu.
Sure.
Should Nadia have gone to the graveyard there? All right, Archon of Cruelty dumped to the graveyard. Spoils of the Vault.
Animate dead.
Real top card. Ooh, shit. Yeah.
Spoils of the Vault will resolve. Naming Animate Dead.
Once.
All right, so only losing 1 life. Found an Animate Dead immediately. Gonna cast it. And target Archon of Cruelty, and that will end the game with Yosef at 3 life. Moving on to game 2.
That next turn, like from you, I was like,
The Enter's ability from the Archon was game winning. No further plays needed there. Lord says Ed's list looks sweet. I agree. This is a really cool Reanimator deck. Mono blackish Reanimator.
Thinking about my choices too.
So Yosef will be on the play here in game 2. Ed played game 1 really well. Both players played game 1 really well, but Ed was the winner. Urza's Saga. Shuko.
Playing mind games with myself.
Thoughtseize. Turn 1 Thoughtseize targeting you. Prismatic Ending ×2. Source of Plowshares. Flooded Strand. Hedge Maze. And Source of Plowshares is chosen. Prismatic Endings could get rid of like problematic disruptive artifacts, but also could hit Animate Dead. So we'll see how that plays out. Hedge Maze, Surveil. Urza Saga ticks up to 2.
Memory Strainer?
Memory's Journey jumped into the graveyard. That could come in handy. Okay, Mortuary. Surveil. Ooh, I couldn't see what that was. Sorry for the glare.
How much did you put into it? 9 minutes total.
prismatic.
Okay, Cabal Therapy naming Prismatic Ending is a hit. The hand is revealed. Urza Saga Flooded Strand. So Urza Saga ticks up to chapter 3. We'll float a mana, then search.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. So 9, 10. And then you got double take.
It goes.
Ghost Vacuum's a good one. I absolutely love how like every new set that comes out now, 0 and 1 casting cost artifacts are like considered. Like, is this good enough for Urza Saga? And past couple of years, we've had a few new ones. Ghost Vacuum is one of them. I love that. Urza Saga, such an awesome card. Tamio is equipped with Shuko, so we'll have some power. Dark Ritual.
Spin the wheel.
Spoils of the Vault. Uh-oh.
And Smog.
Ooh, shit. Okay.
Chain of Smog.
1, 2,
Oh, great.
5, 6, 7,
That's a
8,
good
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, sorry.
That was close. Holy crap. All right, paid 16 life, I guess. Or whatever it was. I lost track. 2 floating, Chain of Smog.
Oh, right.
I added 2 for this, and I'm gonna target myself.
Ed gets the match. Chain of Smog combo, folks. GG's. You weren't ready for it. Ghost Vacuum. I don't give a crap about Ghost Vacuum, says Ed. I win anyway. That goes back into crap. All right, Chain of Smog combo. There you have it. Yeah, I had to pay 15 life for it, though. With the Bloom Apprentice and Chain of Smog combo. Wow. Emo says, I was sure I'd die on camera from spoils that night. Yeah, it was close. It was close. Let's set up another poll for the chat. Which match next? Team Delver versus Doomsday. Is it Cutter versus Doomsday? Oops All Spells versus Bant Ephemerate? Or Breakfast versus Mystic Forge? 1 minute. Get your votes in. We've seen Spoils of the Vault a bunch of times on stream recently. It's kind of funny. Cards like oddly seeing a bunch of play on stream recently. Discord server is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. Deck list, marketplace, our VIP chat, spoiler discussion, mail days are fun to look at. And the not so secret food channel as well. Very interesting. Almost out of time on this poll. Close vote. Well, actually not that close. Oops versus Bant up next. Voodoo contributed 3,150 channel points. Let's see how this goes. Get this set up. Diving in. Matthew on the left with Bant Ephemerate. And on the right, we have Sam on Oops once again. Urion was revealed for Matthew as top center of your screen, sitting on top of the deck box, a little bit out of view. I'm curious what this Bant deck can do to stop Oops All Spells. Aviator rooting for Matthew. One card on the bottom of the gigantic deck. Urion, Bant Ephemerate, Hedge Maze, Surveil.
Meddling Mage in the yard, past you.
Meddling Mage dumped into the graveyard. Sam rocking a 90s MTG t-shirt. Very official. Links are all over the place for shirts. All right, that's a Boggart Bog. Entering untapped. Thoughtseize targeting you. The hand is revealed. Snow Forest, Teferi, Ephemerate, Spellseeker, and Eternal Witness. Hand doesn't do a whole lot.
Well, I guess, yeah, John could.
Don't think the players sat down knowing what the other was playing here. It's possible that Matthew would have mulliganed. This was a Multa 6 up against Oops, but I don't know. This hand really just doesn't do a whole lot. But maybe Sam's hand is slow. I don't know. We're going to have to see how this plays out. Snow Forest is in hand. Doesn't really matter for the Thoughtseize. This is an interesting choice for Sam, though. What do we want to take here for Sam? Is it Spellseeker? I think I would take Spellseeker. I don't know what's in Sam's hand, but yeah, get rid of the tutor. I like that choice.
Does this change my strategy?
Play Chromax.
Yep.
Chromox imprinting Balustrade Spy. Cabal Therapy gets rid of Teferi. Alright, so ripped apart Matthew's hand, even though it didn't really have anything super effective at stopping the oops combo here. This is game 1, don't forget. Agadim entering untapped.
So reveal. I got you.
Yep.
Okay, Cabal Ritual. Undercity Informer. Sack it to itself.
Blue spells. I have 2 more immediate triggers on the stack.
Mind if I look at the...
Okay, we've announced 2 Narc Amoeba triggers after Undercity Informer milled the entire library. It's Kama. Thank you for the reset with Prime. 7 months. Appreciate it.
Just want to make sure the spirit guides are accounted for.
Would you like a Nomads or a Savage?
2 packs negation. Memory's Journey. Jack-o'-lantern. Wait, I don't see it. Maybe I missed it.
Okay, so. Oh my god.
So there's a Thassa there.
Okay, there is a Thassa's Oracle. Matthew knows what they're looking for. Matthew making sure there is, in fact, a way to win for Sam. And figuring out, it seems, what the game plan will be for games 2 and 3, if we get that far.
Yeah, so you have Simon's Spirit Guide in hand, likely.
Green.
Seems like Matthew has decided Simeon Spirit Guide must be Sam's last card in hand. There's a Memory's Journey in there. Matthew definitely knows what he's looking at, trying to figure this out. Does Matthew have a disruptive card in hand, maybe? Or are we just figuring out what's in the deck and how Sam might sideboard and how to approach the second game?
I'm going to surgical something.
Oh my goodness, Surgical was in hand. I did not expect that. Okay. Surgical was the draw. Game 1 Surgical. Yikes.
Mr. 20 cards in exile. That's the ponder.
Memory's Journey was in the mix. It looks like Sam does not have green mana, though, right? The lands are just black and a Chromox with black?
Pitch this.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Jack-o'-lantern and do something. Let me think about what though.
Okay, so the Simeon Spirit Guide in hand, which Matthew correctly kind of sniffed out, is going to be pitched here to turn it into a green mana with Memory's Journey. Okay. So we're going to make a library out of this. Graveyard right now.
I think what I want to do.
The Pox Walkers will trigger. Comes in.
Am I on step?
Sasuke's Oracle and 2 Lotus Petals. Let me think for a second.
Earlier on today's stream, we had an oops match, and people in the chat were saying it's not very interactive or interesting or whatever. I think this game has actually been pretty interesting, in my opinion. Who's with me? Kind of unexpectedly interesting as well after a Surgical off the top of the deck. Why is there a Surgical in the deck? Well, we saw a Spellseeker. This deck is kind of like a toolbox situation. So the deck has been created. It looks like it was Thassa's Oracle and 2 Lotus Petals. Narcomoebas have entered. Pox Walkers have entered.
And then I'll cast a Dread Return targeting Disciple of Frailes with the 2 Pox Walkers.
All right, so a Dread Return on Disciple of Frailes. Just want to keep everybody following here. Damn it. Disciple of Frailes. When it enters, you may sacrifice another creature. You gain X life, draw X cards, where X is that creature's power. That would allow Sam to then draw the Lotus Petals and the Thassa's Oracle and play them and win the game. Well played by both there. A great game 1. Sam got it, though. So Sam shuffling up here. It looks like Matthew kept 7. Sam has taken a mulligan. Matthew will be prepared for the oops combo here in game 2. Surgical in game 1 wasn't quite good enough, which is the biggest reason why these oops decks are scary. They're pretty resilient. Got surgical in a game 1, kind of unexpectedly, and still won. So look, a mulligan to 6 for Sam, it looks like. Fetch land for Matthew. Tropical Island Noble Hierarch. Okay. Sam knows that Matthew probably kept a disruptive hand of some sort. Fell the Profane. Fellmire gets played as a land untapped. Black mana.
It's definitely not.
Simian Spirit Guide. Undercity Informer. Elvis Spirit Guide. Sack the Informer to itself. Mill the library. That is the match. Sam gets it. No disruption for Matthew, it turns out. Okay. Surprising. But it's over. Oops gets the match. Well played. Well, that was fast. Let's set up another poll for the chat. Doomsday versus Rug Delver. Doomsday versus Is It Cutter. Breakfast versus Bug Beanstalk. Let's leave it there. 1 minute to vote. Get your votes in. Yeah, game 1 was a memories journey using Jack-O-Lantern, turn the library into Thassa's Oracle, Petal. Flashback Dread Return. Returning Disciple of Frailes. Sacking a Pox Walker. Gain 3, draw 3. Play Petal. Thassa's Oracle, win the game. That's how Sam won game 1. Through a surgical. Surprise surgical. Incredible. Less than 30 seconds on this poll. Happening right now in the chat. Which match we will watch next. It is up to the chat. Let's see what they want. Almost out of time. A lot of votes. Close vote. Harry Houdini contributed 2,100 channel points. Breakfast versus Sultai Beans will be up next. Let's do it. Diving in.
Technology on his side. What is this? This isn't fair.
High roll. Get a lot of those tonight.
It's alright. I that rarely happens.
Yeah.
Make the dude go ahead.
Cephalid Breakfast on the left. That would be Yosef once again. On the right, we have Cat Party on Sultai Beans.
What if I was on the blue-white version of this thing?
Danger's line.
Disrespect?
Sounds like Cat Party has kept.
And no blue. And double Nadu. Not
All right, Yosef is taking a mulligan. Sultai Beans decks have removal, counter magic, discard spells. This could be a really good match ahead of us. Cephalid Breakfast deck, pretty resilient against hate. But at a certain point, it can't fight through it at all. Beanstalk decks also can present a nice clock. It's comma in the chat is Yosef saying there were a lot of beans on this particular night. That's true.
Yep.
All right, mulligan to 6. Flooded Strand, pass the turn.
Oh, wait, you said I have section done.
Thoughtseize targeting you. Hand is revealed. Swords, Nadu, Prismatic Ending, Misty Rainforest, Cephalid Illusionist. Might be taking the Illusionist here. It's hard to say. I mean, I see Cat Party has a Force of Will in hand. All right, going after Prismatic Ending could mean that we're trying to protect something from it. A little hard to decide what to take there without knowing the full hand on Cat Party's side, but Prismatic Ending is chosen. Flooded Strand gets cracked. Meticulous Archive, Surveil, and end step. Yeah, we're not used to seeing Cat Party on Beanstalk decks. Cat Party's usually playing some kind of mono black creation these days.
Oh my god. What is this? Oh. I thought you were like Tasha's Tidebitering me. I'm like, dude.
Up the Beanstalk. It could be why we took the Prismatic Ending with the Thoughtseize.
I will pass.
Mr. Rainforest gets cracked here. Up the Beanstalk here in 2025. A key card in the format for sure. We're seeing Sultai versions of the deck, 4-color, 5-color versions of the deck. Usually blue-green based, of course. I don't know if the correct, in air quotes, correct version of the Beanstalk deck has been decided yet.
Mill.
The dog saying, I have a feeling this match is going to be crazy. I agree. I don't know what happens in this match. We're going to find out together. But up the Beanstalk is on the board. That's a good sign for Cat Party. Cavern on Wizards.
So just a regular old cavern.
21. That's a little card.
Cephalid Illusionist is a wizard.
Wizard.
Is that a black light though? I don't know what
This is like the neon ink thing. So like, if you shine the black light over it, it'll shine.
yeah, that resolves.
Up the Beanstalk.
I'll respond.
All right, Cephalid Illusionist could not be countered because it is a wizard. Passes it back to Cat Party. Is aware of the danger of the Cephalid Breakfast combo. Bayou comes in. Major Sultai energy right now. Rakshasa's bargain main phase, it seems. Trigger the beans.
Yeah, that's fine.
Christ.
It's good.
I'm going to
Destroy, mill 3.
end it all.
Brainstorm and Misty Rainforest dumped with Rakshasa's Bargain.
7 cards in hand, so I'll pass to you.
I will
You are
pass.
playing
7 cards
white
in.
cards, so I
Oh
can't
wait,
just
yeah,
one
sorry.
off
4,
and
5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, I was
can,
trying
just-
to cheat.
All right, going to discard on Cat Party side. Discards a Hedge Maze. Props to Yosef keeping track of it all. So Cephalid Illusionist is on the battlefield. It is a combo piece. It is attacking. No blocks. But the plan with this Cephalid is not to attack for lethal. It's to combo. See how this goes. What is the combo? Every time Cephalid Illusionist is targeted by a spell or ability, you mill 3 cards. With Nomads in Core or Shuko, you're going to mill the entire library. Narc Amoebas will trigger. They'll come into play. Flashback Dread Return. Get Thassa's Oracle. That's basically the plan.
Heroes good on ATB, fetch, Savannah, swords.
So you're at 17. I'll spawn.
Misty Rainforest. All right, then just passing the turn.
I'll go back to 20. I'll draw a card. I will put a land into play.
Okay, attack with the Illusionist.
Brainstorm.
That's a good one.
Put these 2 back. Play a Misty Rainforest.
Yeah, there are a lot of Beanstalk haters out there, but I think that card has been an excellent addition to Legacy personally.
I'll go to 26.
Let's see.
Wow, that's so rude.
Brainstorm?
Results.
All right, here's a Brainstorm for Cat Party.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ponder, swords.
I'll just get played over.
It's 15. Back. Just in case you brainstorm, so I can remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will then Life from Alone.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Getting Flooded Strand, Volk, Misty.
I'll put
Hit you
back.
for 2.
I'm at.
And
No. I was at 26.
Oh, 20, yeah.
So I'm at 24.
Passed it.
In the middle of a Brainstorm here. OG Brainstorm. Wow, some people go crazy for that.
Delta.
Oh, shit.
And
Looks like Cat Party's holding multiple Force of Wills. 2 copies. With up the Beanstalk in play. It's passing the turn. No threats on Cat Party's side yet.
We'll attempt to up the beanstalk.
Beans.
Trigger draw. Attempt to Leyline Binding, trigger the beans.
Yep.
Trigger one of the beans.
Sounds like beans are happening in the backyard. In the backyard, in the background as well.
Cast Brainstorm.
Response on the fashion surveil, but brainstorm's good.
So you're at 14.
Yep.
Brainstorm results 1. Do I offer it to you? Sure, I guess.
All right, Yosef unsure what to do, but we're gonna do it anyway. Ponder. Oh, maybe thinking there's a Bowmaster, and it looks like there will be. Orcish Bowmaster in response to a Ponder. It might lead to the Illusionist dying here. It mills 3 cards, Nomads and Core, combo piece, Urza Saga and Swords. Illusionist is gone. Swords on the Bowmaster prior to the Ponder resolving.
Pending the
Force pitching Ponder to protect Bowmaster. Trigger the beans. Gonna fetch first here. Okay. Do I like Force of Will to protect Bowmaster? I guess. A little iffy on that one. Three cards are milled into the graveyard because the Bowmaster hit Cephalid Illusionist.
Oh my god, it's in there. Right. Sorry. Finding that.
We'll attempt to cast Oh, you're looking for the surveil land. I like it. Don't worry, that's happening.
Mill these two cards.
This exact situation.
So I'm drawing.
Drawing
Off the
from
beans.
Charles for 0.
This gets counted.
Okay.
Swords is countered, Bowmaster stays.
Yes.
Unless you want to force my ponder, which is still.
I don't want to force the feeder.
Ponder now resolving on Yosef's side. It was in the graveyard, but it was technically still in the stack.
Asterix. And this is a copy of Leyline Binding target.
All right, ping you, make another Bowmaster amass. Shuko comes in. Going after Shuko here. I think I like countering Shuko.
Shuko resolves.
Shuko resolves, then passing the turn. Okay.
That will resolve back up to 30.
Four.
Mystic Sanctuary.
Okay, Mystic Sanctuary found. That's not the worst.
This is just draw 3.
Rakshas's bargain on top.
Rakshas's bargain on top. That's pretty good.
Draw.
29. Thinking on upkeep, I will choose not to blink flicker at draw.
Move to combat. For 3.
Bargain.
All right, Orcish Bowmaster and Orc Army attacking for 3. Pretty good.
I feel better.
Keep these two, mill these two.
You gotta count. That's remember what matters.
Land
So
for
the end of the
turn.
counter, I would
Okay, another up the beanstalk.
Level this to 2.
Yeah, Rakshas's bargain. Really cool card for Legacy.
Yeah, I brought Pyro Box. I put you have 1 mana.
Merktide. All right, gonna speed up the clock here. Have you seen this card, Merktide Regent? This card is crazy.
Or 4 counters.
They might have to ban it. I don't know.
2 triggers.
Sirius, thank you for the reset with Prime. 15 months. And hello, everyone.
Trigger. 27.
Thank you, thank you. Triggering the beans, drawing some cards, getting a 7/7 Merktide Regent. Not a bad turn there. End step fetch from Yosef now.
It's true.
This town ain't big enough bouncing these two.
I mean, it makes sense.
Play this. Trigger, make a guy.
Yeah, and it's just like I just dart all in.
Land for turn. I'll just fetch now. Yeah, I have 7 mana. 25.
2/2 Orc Army, 7/7 Merktide, Bowmaster, double up the Beanstalk, and on the other side, just a Shuko. I think Cat Party still has a Force of Will in hand. Nadu. Can't counter it. Shuko equips, finds a Force of Will. Another trigger finds a prismatic ending.
Not that
I'll
great.
gain 11 life.
Oh, no, 9.
Yosef's at 13. Nomads and Core, okay. Not bad. Force pitching Ponder. Force pitching Ponder. So 2 beanstalk triggers will happen afterwards. Still 2 beanstalk triggers here before Nomads resolves.
You were at 13. She
It's just like
That's still on the stack.
Nomad still in stack, drawing those cards. Could see another attempt at stopping it. Looks like Cat Party drew another Force of Will, I think.
My hope. Dad.
Force pitching Rakshasa's bargain. Draw 2. Seems like Nomads and Core is doomed here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, and now you can play some defense. End step. Murderous cut. Ouch. Cat Party jumping way ahead on cards here with these beanstalk triggers. Merk Tide will trigger from the delve. We're gonna see Yosef scoop it up. That makes sense.
ETB on
Cast what? Assume you will be on the play. Okay, good.
Cat Party up a game.
Yep.
We'll put back.
Adam says up the beanstalk was a mistake. So was Nadu. Wow, coming in hot.
And response.
Yosef will be on the play here for game 2.
Level 2. Go. Oh shit. Sorry. We'll try this as well. Do you mind if I?
Okay, both players kept 7. Let's have a good game 2. Meticulous Archive, Surveil to start. Memory's Journey into the Graveyard.
Yes.
Like the wasteland.
Voodoo says, you know what wasn't a mistake? Reanimate. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, that's out.
Shuko on turn 1. On turn 2, rather. Only 1 turn for Cat Party so far. Shuko is going to resolve. There's a little bit of a thing where if you enter into the legacy community space, you'll hear people talking about like this and that card were a mistake, and then they'll be like, all right, then I'll cast Show and Tell with Force of Will back up, put Omniscience into play, cast Emrakul. It's like, all right.
I didn't realize. I thought you were thinking my bad.
No,
If you're choosing to play Legacy of all the formats available, you just have to accept like there are a lot of like completely ridiculous cards in this format
Two non.
that just make no sense and would never, ever re-enter Standard
Play another one.
because they're messed up.
I have another guy. Just gets a counter. Level 2.
response and endurance.
Lion's Eye Diamond, Mox Diamond, Lotus Petal, Ancient Tomb, City of Traders, Reanimate, Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Will, Daze. And then people are like, up the beanstalk was such a mistake.
I'll stack all my land. I'll pass those all
And then 4 triggers. I'm gonna
5/5. So I'll block one with 5/5, take 5. 16?
Yep, go ahead.
Thank you.
Sure.
Weird game.
Yeah, Shallow Grave, Phyrexian Dreadnought. Phyrexian Dreadnought actually closer to a reasonable power level in today's game, I think.
Results.
All right, here's a ponder for Yosef. Even like the, small role player cards in the format, like Price of Progress, Hydroblast, Choke. Although Choke is in Modern. These cards are just not good examples of how fun Magic can be. I think I've made my point.
Land for turn.
I'll pass. Up to
Now it's my Xander's Lounge. Although I do have a bowl.
Yeah, so it's like. No, I think it's better as like a mana pit right now. I'm gonna just level this up with 3.
All right, here's a ponder for Cat Party. Nadu was such a mistake. Anyway, I'll cast Dark Ritual in turn 1. Just like clearly terrible gameplay.
I don't want to rush you, but we have 24 minutes, and if we get a game 3, it's going to
Lorien
go long
reveal.
against you.
Cast.
I'll pass.
Draw 4. Don't forget to draw.
Destroy.
All right, Yosef, minding the clock here. Ponder resolve. Windswept Heath gets cracked here.
It's agonizing watching someone else live your dream.
Lorien revealed against
Is there a god?
There is, he's just not on your side.
Yeah, who do you pray to?
the right one.
All right, asking the big questions in the background. Savannah comes in.
Binding.
Oh my god, dude, just kill me. This one?
Hit you for 3. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I got a 24.
Discard life in the log.
Carpet of Flowers, okay.
It's gotta be a banger I'm conceding. I mean, it prolongs the game, I guess.
So you're going to how much?
Force of Will, pitching Rakshasa's Bargain on the carpet. Respecting the carpet. Drawing off the beans. Is Carpet of Flowers a must counter here? It's possible Cat Party has an abundance of resources, but... Oh, this is so tricky. This is a combo deck. With a Bloom Command in hand, could see that fired off on the Shuko. I like that play. Gotta blow that thing up.
Witherbloom. Targets are destroy that.
Okay, hang on.
I will know myself during
Let me have a beanstalk? God fucking damn it. Can't have shit.
With a Bloom Command, trying to blow up Shuko. Mill 3, return a land. Pernicious Deed, Wasteland, Wasteland. Wasteland retrieved, plays it.
That's blue-white.
Yeah, blue, white, green, white.
Alright, I'll get the green white.
Goes after the green mana, I like that.
And I will
With a Bloom Command, destroy your Sharpshooter's talent.
Do I have a list for the Beanstalk deck? Not currently. If you're in our Discord server, you can ask and I can try and get it for you.
I'll tell you what, I put up a hell of
We have a deck list channel on our Discord server.
My first 2 Loriens threw 3 lands both of them.
That is the classic Lorien revealed experience. Oh,
The players that we see on stream, many of them hang out in the Discord, share their lists, chat about lists, whatever.
I was just too slow on killing you.
I didn't want to endurance you because I wanted to endurance myself because I already used
Yeah, there's a lot of Beanstalk stuff happening in the background, isn't there?
so I just did that.
Salty with a question. Chat, buy into Delver or Reanimator. Probably going to get the stuff for both, but not sure what I want to do first.
And I can choose.
So far, chat saying Reanimator.
It's not officially scry because like I can only keep one. I can't keep both.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just scry X. Look at the top X. One on top, X on the bottom. Okay.
All right. Thassa's Oracle comes in. Very fair.
I'll untap. I'll draw. Draw that.
All right. Two people saying Sultai should build Delver.
I'll play Murktide. Region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 instants or sorceries. And a beans trigger.
6/6 Merktide. Trigger the beans. Got a clock. Got some cards. Seems good.
Just like start making more offers. Yeah, it's hard to say.
If it's at all helpful, when I first started playing Legacy, I started with Reanimator. And then played Delver afterwards. Felt like I took a good first steps into the format. Enjoyed my journey.
This.
Swords of Plowshares targeting Merktide. Fetch and response.
Should have a trap.
Any other free?
That's not bad. Oh, was it green and blue?
Not bad. Spell Pierce.
Spell Pierce on the Swords to Plowshares.
That real bad last game.
I played Beanstalk on Monday and I played Grixis today. Feels good to play the Storm.
Yeah, dude. We're getting you back. What version of Beanstalk are you on?
The 5-color Yorion.
Spell Pierce trying to stop this Swords on Merktide. Yosef's going to fight over it. Swords pitching Cephalid Illusionist.
I lost. I messed up my mana.
Yeah.
I had a Sanders Lounge in play.
All right, Merktide's shot down. Spell Pierce looked good for a moment. I think it still ended up being pretty good.
I only really got good at it.
Thassa's Oracle attacking here.
Like the Yorion.
It's not likely we'll see Thassa's Oracle attack for lethal in this game, but it's chipping away.
Till then,
It's trying.
Keeping?
yeah, I'm keeping it.
Okay.
Drop.
Rakshasa. Oh, sure.
19.
Trigger.
Go ahead.
Is that resolved?
Looks like a Shieldred's Edict and a Forcer will in the mix. Rakshasa's Bargain resolving.
Shieldred's Edict?
Shieldred's Edict.
Shieldred's Edict and Brainstorm dumped.
It's a card you don't want.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep. Is that right? Is it a bad card? Yep.
Dead. I will pass.
Yes, oh, 26. That's fine with me.
Lounge.
Hit the lands.
Thassa's Oracle still on the board. It will attack. Okay, party drops back to original life total. Here's Nomads and Core.
Will resolve.
Sure.
Don't like how you said that.
No resolve?
Strand.
All right. Cat Party said it resolved, but Yosef did not like the tone there. Felt like something bad was going to happen. Here's another Nomads and Core.
23.
Yeah, I think some of the cards that are on that list are questionable, but
Okay.
Force of Will on the second Nomads and Core. Trigger the beans. Okay. Pitching a Ponder. Could mean there's removal for the first. Interesting. Nomads and Core could reassign damage from a Bowmaster here. So it's kind of protected by the Thassa's Oracle right now. If a Bowmaster is about to be cast, I don't know.
Deck's looking light.
It is. This is your end step. Okay. Still paying.
Yep.
Still gonna pay.
No, I can't leave one. I'm gonna bounce you.
All right, Thassa's Oracle absorbs the damage.
Put my land for the turn. Go ahead.
Perfect.
Yep. And then I'll do some.
Still get the amass. The damage was done. That was a fatal push on Thassa's Oracle. I believe.
Low.
Letting nomads live.
That's fine.
Sanctuary?
Mystic Sanctuary. Rakshasa's Bargain to the top. Didn't choose a removal spell.
Loading.
Brainstorm?
Okay, Brainstorm. Draw the Rakshasa's Bargain and 2 other cards. Getting interesting. I saw Basic Swamp become the second card from the top. Holding a Murderous Cut. Another Fatal Push on Nomads and Core. It's gone. Attack it for 2.
Oh, is that with the...
I made 3 green, so
Another Murktide Regent. Pretty good.
hang on, think it.
Get this clock readied again.
Trigger, go to 18.
Looks like full-size 8/8 Murktide.
Trigger.
Untap, draw.
Trigger resolves.
He was crazy.
Yosef's in some trouble here for sure. Serious with a great question. Does Yosef run Wrath of God? Maybe. You really never know.
Yeah.
What, like, completely ridiculous, unplayable card could Yosef have to win the game here?
Islands, Otter.
yep.
Got the Otter.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the art's great.
Memory's Journey is in the graveyard. It's getting flashback. Nomad, Shuko getting shuffled back into the deck.
Just get shuffled in anyway, and then this is exiled.
Ioria?
Yep.
It is a very real concern sometimes for these Beanstalk decks that they draw too many cards and lose the game because of it. Keith Masterflex, thank you for the resub. 42 months. A whole bunch of bagels in the chat. What's up, Keith? Keith been with us for a while, as you can see.
There should be flames like, yeah.
Lands.
Maybe you'll deck out. Yeah, I mean, this is getting right voice and all.
Everybody say hello to Keith in the chat. Big time badge.
That's 8, so it's 10.
This is one.
5.
Done that better. Trigger, swing for 2.
Yep. 18.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just like streamers play against it all the time. They're like, I'm having a good time. And it's me to do
That's
it.
my only hope. Trying to resolve this.
All right, trying to resolve a Nadu. It resolves.
Resolve, so I'll drop the beam. Everything dies.
Murderous Cut, throw the Murktide, trigger the beans. Not bad. Not bad at all.
What triggered it? Oh, because it's my thing, so it goes on the stack
So
first.
I have cast this, targeted that, so that goes on the stack.
Yes, that's only because I'm the active player,
two of
so
it.
this goes on the stack.
Cast,
All right, several triggers are happening here because of Murderous Cut. Up the Beanstalk, Murktide Regent, and Nadu. They're trying to figure out the order. Active player, non-active player. Nadu should resolve before everything.
So you will draw a card.
But this does trigger independently.
Yeah, that one you can order how
two
to
green
use, so we'll
floating.
have that resolve first.
So
This is this.
one will
Draw
draw
one
first.
green floating. Bargain.
Yeah, whatever.
Reveal.
Force of Will revealed. Force pitching Brainstorm on the Murderous Cut. It's countered. Nadu lives. Joseph Hellbent, though. Yeah, Keith is flexing.
Okay, so whatever you guys use.
Oh, yeah.
I'll attack.
10-10 Murktide. This card is crazy, chat. If you haven't seen this card, Murktide Regent, I think it broke Commander. It might be a game changer. So good.
Response to the ETB.
Best thing to do here. I think I just go. Bargain?
Bargain, trigger the beans. Like an endurance, a pernicious deed, carpet of flowers. A lot of nasty stuff.
In the
Carpet and a wasteland, I think, dumped into the graveyard. Don't really need carpet at the moment. Brainstorm, okay. Like another copy of Up the Beanstalk, a Bowmaster was drawn.
play this out.
Sanctuary trigger. Trigger Force of Vigor.
Combat.
Sure. I'll take 10. Is that what it is? 7, 10?
6 at 10.
How much am I adding?
10 damage will get through. Joseph accepts.
No, I'm at 15. You're at 27.
I will
how many lands
use
or
my
items have you been playing?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I will.
Trigger 7 cards.
4 green. Pop these things.
I will.
Get this back. Target, yeah.
Nadu lives. Joseph draws. Will Nadu just be a chump blocker?
Pass. Bargain.
Pass.
No plays past the turn. And that Bowmaster might not have been too bad there.
Resolves.
Play a Bowmaster, swing with everybody. There's a Wasteland, could be disruptive. I think swinging with everybody here is just game winning. Basically.
Let you know.
Choosing not to die, chump blocking with Nadu. Bowmaster, ping you, and that is the match. Retroid return in hand. Sultai Beans gets it, everybody.
These are the cards left in your graveyard.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that was an Orc token on Cat Party's side. A custom token of some kind. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. We will, of course, be back on Wednesday. Not tomorrow. On Wednesday for our weekly Wednesday stream. A big show that all of you will tune into. We're wrapping up here today. Stick around for a raid. You'll get some channel points for sticking around. And I will see everybody on our next stream. Make sure you're there. Peace out.
Combo kill here, assuming